Yeah, Kingstone has replaced Vances as herbalist. Pamela.
What?
Pamela. Not Pamela, but Pamela.
Wow.
Plenty. Yeah. Ridiculousness ensues. And I honestly thought that we could like outpace the amount of tools that we need, but no, we can't.
Hardworking people, I must say.
Yes, they are. But now at least we have plenty of stone. 250. That's the most I've ever had in a while. Now I think that what I will do for the next Friday stream is set up the Streamlabs chatbot on my PC through my second monitor, and I'll see if I can manage to get the song request going in that, and then hold a Mental Omega song request stream.
You haven't done those in a while.
Exactly, that's why.
So, well, I do have a lot of bands that you haven't heard of before. What actually sucks about the music I request, most of our black metal songs that are 10 minutes or more are extremely long, so I don't want to request and hog the entire song request.
No, don't do that. Okay, so have a look at this. Early winter year 28. Kingstone replaced Banished as a miner. Winter year 28. Kingstone replaced Authornton as stonecutter. So one person replaced two people. Or we have two people with the same name.
Probably. Maybe it's one of those nomads that arrived.
Maybe.
Or he just switched jobs.
That can be as well.
Otherton.
Yeah.
Or Otherton.
Otherton.
Because... Wow. I can make up a bunch of Slavic names from all sorts of things. But this is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Errol has replaced Ati. Errol is actually a Turkish name. Because I know a Turkish guy that's called Errol. And we actually have a
there's also a Russian name, Errol. And I had a one of my friends from high school went to class with me. His name was Errol. Also Errol.
Well, we in my hometown have a driving school called Errol.
Yeah, but in Croatian, double letters don't exist.
Achalpen Yoshi! Yoshi!
What? Holy shit! Yoshi! Oh my god!
I think I understand what I need for this next town, and I think I will get to it pretty much ASAP.
As soon as possible. Child name Delville?
Delville.
A child named Danan was born. Oh my god. One of the bands I listen to is called Swata de Danan, which is like something in Celtic mythology. People of an island called Danan, or like magical people or something. But I requested a few songs when you were song request streaming by the band. A Celtic band from Brazil.
Celtic band from Brazil. Okay, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the probably one of the first bands that was actually playing mythology, or like mythology-based music, not from their original, from where that mythology actually came from. Celtic mythology came from, well, Celtic lands, such as Ireland, Scotland. Even actually, Spanish and Portuguese music, and French music even, is considered Celtic music. Because Celts used to inhabit those areas. I have a album by a Spanish band called La Banda, and it's described as Celtic rock, a band from Spain.
Cool.
Celtic folk rock.
Sounds cool. Okay, you. I was trying to place you and I can't. Bagger. Where do I place you?
Yeah, it's not actually folk metal today, or pagan metal, whatever you want to call it, is no longer bound to the specific region that it originally came from. So
I don't think it was ever bound to that particular rule.
So there are now Viking metal bands from Canada. There's a good band that plays Viking metal. And there are also, well, basically Slavic metal, as in bands like Graveland from Poland, and some bands such as Arcona or Svarga.
From Russia. Arcona, I know.
From Russia.
I've seen Arcona live.
Svarga is also a band that's actually, it's basically Viking metal with Slavic mythology above it.
Nice.
Yeah, I say Viking metal because I do differentiate between Viking metal, pagan metal, and folk metal. To me, those things are different because a lot of people say that pagan metal doesn't actually exist. Well, it actually does exist because it kind of gets mixed up with folk metal and Viking metal. You can say that Arcona is a pagan metal band, but it's also folk metal. So, to me, pagan metal would be something like playing pagan, but also without the usage of folk instruments.
Well, what I'm about to do is set up another iron mine. Because I have the amount of stone needed, and I do need logs though. Logs. But I have that too. I have enough logs. So I'm gonna try and set up another iron mine. And then
get those done.
And immediately another blacksmith, so that I can have like a higher tool production. And if I can have a higher tool production, I may be able to outpace the amount of tools required. So eventually we'll be rid of the, like, all of these yellow bubbles of like, oh, I don't have any tools. Because at the moment, literally all of my iron is going straight into the, whatchamacallit, the blacksmiths, to make tools.
Yeah.
And you just cannot keep up with the demand. With 2. So maybe at 3, if there's enough iron supply, that might help. And I hope it does.
We shall see.
And also I need to think about eventually certifications of that.
And Kingstone has replaced Loriano as a tailor.
Yeah.
Kingstone again.
Again.
Yeah.
I guess he really doesn't know what he wants to be.
Or maybe he sucks at all of his previous jobs.
Maybe.
Like, you suck, go do something else.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see, do we have enough logs and we're gonna get enough stone? Dang, if I close that window again. Because we have plenty of stone at the moment. And plenty of logs. So that should be, wait, and we're getting close to 600, oh, we just have over 600 firewood. So it's literally just the tools that are the issue. Once we are past that issue, finally some proper stuff is happening.
And look at the names. Daralia.
Daralia. Alana May.
If somebody would come up with a name and ask me to write it down, I wouldn't know how to write it down actually.
Wow, we just...
Daralia.
Wow, seriously, we just had over 600 firewood. And now, in an instant, we dropped down to below 100.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I'll be back, I'm gonna go grab something to drink.
More beer?
No, I don't have any beer left.
Oh, this is the last beer that I have, but it's a 0.75 liter bottle of beer, so... I'm gonna be here for a while. But I'll be right back as well. go. I'm back.
I'm also back.
Good. Hmm. Do have that? So, yeah, okay, we do have that over there.
A mine, a mine, a mine, a mine, a mine.
Mine.
This mine is mine.
Fedil, the laborer, has died of old age. And the amount of tools that we need just keeps on exploding. I don't think we'll ever make it. Like, if we have a mass extinction right now.
Yeah.
Then we might be able to make it. But I don't want to see like all the people die just to get more like tools. So luckily I see a nice large patch of well, also stone, but iron first. Since I have 5 laborers, I want them to go over there and get that. Now let's see, brewer, how much have you been making? 161 ale last season. Nice.
People keep breaking tools because they're drunk.
Yep. So, builders, go build that. Like, you just need a couple more taps. And let the, like, laborers get that. Also, this just needs a few more taps. There we go. For the builders, I'd say this has priority. We'll spread the load 10 to 10. Sadly, the blacksmith also requires iron to build, but I'm collecting some iron over there. Literally, 3 taps, come on. 2 taps, 1 tap, and done. Let's see. Ah, somebody got crushed by a rock.
I had a Red Alert 2 Soviet disk, which would
have that too.
show an error at 99% installation.
I was about to say, I have a Red Alert 2 Soviet disk as well, because I've somehow lost the Allied CD.
I had a Soviet disk which failed at 99% installation. Like installing the game 99% and an error pops out, cannot be installed. Then I actually found out that you can install the game with the error still appearing, but the game was not installed properly, but was still installed enough to work.
So it's just place the pathway from here.
Lisbethel. Arthini. Combining names like Elizabeth, Liz, and Bethel. So got Liz Bethel.
I wish I still had enough tools. Like, in one test playthrough of this, I got to 500 tools without any issue at the early game. To a point where I just like abandoned the blacksmith. I had him do something else. Okay, then at some point I forgot to put him back after I got down to a certain level. And that eventually caused me to run out of tools entirely. And because I was still at the early stage, that caused a lot of starvation, and at that time I didn't have these optimal crop fields and such, so it led through a lot of starvation and death. Okay, we have enough logs and stone. People are actually living inside of the boarding house. Rustina, which kind of sounds like a girl name, but sadly it's a guy, and Migdalen. I think what I will do, like here.
I think there some of the names are repeating themselves. Because I think I saw a name Vantes. Wooden house.
Yeah, I'm not confident enough in that I can build stone houses. So I'll just build more wooden houses for now. Yes, I'm gonna need more firewood and more fuel.
It would be a good option in Banished, to actually extract clay and bake your own bricks.
Yes, that would be nice.
Because I know back then, when this house was built, bricks weren't readily available. So you had to get your own clay and bake your own brick.
It still amazes me actually how us humans, from like cave dwelling madmen, came up with
became intelligent.
Yeah, became what we are today, like a span of a couple hundred, like 100,000 years. Where normal species of animals still are nowhere near as adapted as we are today.
Yeah, and science still cannot explain this kind of turn of events. Well, animals are evolving, like before our very eyes, but not as fast as we are. But I actually, I'm kind of thinking that although humans evolved as a highly intelligent species, our sense of culture, and especially how humans interact with each other, is dropping drastically.
Yeah.
You can actually see it from the quality of movies to music to games to basically everything. I was like talking to my sister, like when we were growing up, you're older than me. When I was growing up, the games I had was these old cartridge games, you know.
I actually started out with, if I may interject really quick.
Yeah.
I started out with games on cassette tapes.
Like VHS tapes.
Commodore 64.
Oh, I had a Commodore 64 also.
Sadly, the darn thing broke and my dad couldn't get it fixed anymore. Though he never bothered. I bet if he tried now he could get it fixed. And I bet he would totally like play it again.
Yeah, I was talking with my sister. Back then we had a cartridge games. We had these kind of like pirated cartridge games, which had a bunch of games like Super Mario, Thanks, Dr. Mario, and there's this ninja game. I don't know what was it called. Lunar Ball, Tetris, a bunch of games actually. And this is these kind of games we would play constantly, like the same game over and over and over. And when we got a PC, I remember the first game we got was Duke Nukem 3D and Doom, and followed the Red Alert. The first Red Alert actually came a bit after. So I would spend a lot of time playing Red Alert just on skirmish for a very long time. And kids these days have access to so many games, they actually cannot appreciate having one single thing and just sticking to it and be grateful that you have it. That's my main issue. But the only channel I had with cartoons was called Cartoon Network. That was the only channel. And today I was flipping to the cartoon channels. 10 fucking cartoon channels different.
Dang.
Well, not all of them are just cartoons. There's like Nickelodeon and Disney, which has actual humans, like child series and whatnot.
Yeah, you mean live action shows, I know what you mean.
Yeah. No, actually series like the series where Ariana Grande was still an actor and wasn't a...
That's called live action.
Yeah, and there's so much stuff today, so people don't really appreciate it. Like, they take everything for granted.
Yeah, that's something, you know, I'm, like you said, I'm older than you, so I've a little bit more experience in that regard. I see that too. I mean, my nephew, when I asked him, like, last year, like, what do you want for your birthday? He said, I want a tablet. I want you to get me a tablet. I said, I'm not going to give you anything that I don't have. And he looked at me like, you mean to tell me you don't have a tablet? Like, no, I don't need a tablet, because I've got other stuff that replaces the tablet, or that a tablet should replace. He's like, then get a tablet, you idiot. Get a tablet. I'm like, no, because I value the stuff that I have. I don't need a tablet because I have all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna buy you like an expensive radio-controlled car because I never had one. I'll gladly buy you Legos because I used to be excruciatingly fond of Legos and technically still am. But that is all. I'm not gonna buy you expensive stuff